Welcome, everybody. My name is Patty Whiteeye, and I just want to welcome you to the Global Business Social. This is the get together that we have every Sunday night, and we get a chance to hear from some really inspiring people, people just like you and me, who have done some great things with this business. And we get to hear how it has changed their lives and how it has helped them help other people change their lives. So I'm really excited about tonight's guest. But before we get started, let me tell you how the draw works. So tonight we are drawing for a Rejuvenique Oil Light. That's a big prize, you guys. And a Berry Scrub, two of my favorite products. How you get in the draw is if you are a guest. So if you're not a market partner, you are a VIP or a guest, and somebody invited you here, if you could please find the chat and put your first and last name in the chat. And you're welcome to tell us who invited you if you want, but I need first and last name. And if you are a market partner and you notice that your guest comes on a little bit late and you want to put their name in the chat, that would be great. We're going to do the draw as soon as we're done hearing Jody's story and having a few questions. The other thing is, if you have questions while we're going along, please drop them in the chat as well. And we'll do our answers. We'll probably answer some of them. I don't know if we'll be able to answer all of them here, but we will find answers for you one way or another. So I am going to introduce our guest tonight. This is Jody Gwell, and Jody is, I have to tell you a story. So anybody who comes on every week knows I always have a story to tell about the person. When I first started in January of 2018, first of all, I was really bad on social media. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't really know how to work it. I certainly didn't know anything about marketing. I'm a high school math teacher. And so I started to watch people and I started to see how they were doing things. And Jody is somebody who stood out immediately. And she was like this rock star. So she just has this incredible personality that draws you in. And she's so good at representing the products and the company. And she just made it feel like I could actually maybe know her. Like I didn't know her at all. In fact, we just had a conversation this past couple of days where we actually really talked for the first time. But I did see her in Washington, D.C. It's actually the first time I met Roxy, but at the Monations that October. And I saw Jody standing in all the people waiting to get into the convention center. And I'm like, oh, fangirl. Oh, it's so awesome. So you guys, Jody is a mom. She has 4 children. She's a wife and she's a very busy entrepreneur with more than one business. And she has such an inspiring story. So I'm going to let her take it away. Go ahead.
Oh man, what an intro. Jeez. So, hey guys, my name is Jody Guill and I'm from a pretty small town in Nebraska. Maybe you guys have heard of Omaha, because it's a super big city. We're about an hour from there, pretty rural area, only about 1,200 people. I was way backstory on me. I was grew up with 4 brothers. I was the only girl. I would say we weren't wealthy and we weren't poor. We were just your average family, living in a small house, sharing bedrooms. I was a lucky girl that had the only room to herself. Everybody else had to share and had hand-me-downs and all the things. And so I'd say I came from a lot of love, but I didn't come from much, right? Much things. And so I just kind of, went through high school, not really believing anything about myself, not really having a whole lot of mentors or anybody grabbing me and believing in me, anything like that. And boom, I end up pregnant at 17. And so whatever reputation I thought I had kind of went down the drain. I thought I had a lot of teachers tell me, you're never going to amount to anything. You're going to struggle your whole life. You are just going, like, they felt so sorry for me. And I'm like, I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me, and it kind of like, it pushed me. I ended up graduating with full credits 3 months into my junior year, I was like one of the youngest juniors to graduate with a baby. I was like, I'm gonna do this thing. And it kind of just started my gears going. Like, I'm not just responsible for myself anymore. I'm responsible for my child. And so I was managing a Toys R Us, young, helping manage. And I was working in retail and all the things. I was scraping. I ended up getting married really, really young. I was married for less than a year and divorced young. And it was just like one after another. I just felt like I was just letting a lot of people around me down, and especially myself. I remember God telling me, like, I made you for more. Keep going. Keep going. I made you for more than this. I did not make you to struggle. I did not create this life for you. I fell madly in love with a guy that worked at a grain elevator, and we blended our families, and we've been together for the last 9 years. We've got 4 kids now. And again, we just, not the greatest jobs in the world, but we're happy, right? And 4 years ago, my husband, we were trying to, we had tried for a long, long time to have our last baby and a child together. And I got that. I was pregnant with her, and I had 12 daycare kids. At any given point in time, I had 8 to 12 children in my home and my own. I was a daycare provider. I just thought, boy, if I want to stay home, be a stay-at-home mom, this is the only way I'm going to be able to do that, is to invite other kids in my home and be that lady in our town that took care of everybody's kids. So I was just giving and giving and giving and giving up a lot of myself to make my dream happen, right? The week that I was due, so I'm hugely pregnant and I've got tons of daycare kids in my home, and my husband comes home from work and he's just white as a sheet, and he says, Jody, they let everybody go with no warning. He was worried about pension. They were cut off our insurance in 30 days, and our 30-day mark just wasn't going to meet up to when we were having our baby. So here I'm freaked out now. We're on Medicaid now, and all the things, just life just went, holy cow. We did not have 3 months, 6 months saved up. We were scraping, and now I'm the only breadwinner. So I went back to doing photography in the evening. So I'm now a daycare provider during the day for all these kids. And then in the evenings, I was doing photography for families and newborns and infants. And on the weekends, I was giving up my Saturdays to do weddings. Lots of stuff, guys. And so long story short, 6 months worth of job loss. We ended up with a very high 5-figure debt on our credit cards because we were just scraping by. I didn't know that our lives could get that much more struggle, and it did. It really did. We were behind 3 months on our mortgage. We were behind 3 months on our car loans. We were begging the bank forgiveness, and our parents were like, I want to help you, but you got to figure this out. You got to figure this out. So an acquaintance of mine who I had photographed her wedding came to me and said, I really think that you should try Monat. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. She was a hairstylist, so she's like, I'm going to send you samples. I had no idea it was an MLM. I didn't know anything about network marketing, really. Network marketing, I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth towards it, like a lot of us did, or do maybe, if you're listening in. And so I tried it, used it wrong, hated it, was like, I don't understand. So about a month goes by and she sends me another sample, and she's like, this time read the directions. I'm going to be really clear. And I used it, and I remember flipping over the little oil packet, and it having all these statistics and clinical research and studies on growing your hair back. And she didn't know, but I was 6 months postpartum at that time, and I was losing handfuls of hair. A lot of you guys maybe have seen my before and after pictures where I've got about a baseball size amount of hair missing on the right side of my head. I had severe postpartum hair loss. I had hyperthyroidism. I was 30 pounds underweight. And so I was just losing a ton of hair, losing weight. My self-esteem was down the drain, and we were super poor. And she says, no, I don't want you to want you to love the product. I want you to join the business. Like, you need this. And I'm like, haha, you're funny. We have nothing in our savings account. Nothing. I have no money to even do this. We are severely in debt. We were blessed with the money to join with a $300 product pack, and I dove in. I put those same, like, I'm going to kind of prove them wrong, prove myself wrong, prove my husband wrong. I'm going to make this work. I kind of put on that same mentality I did when I found out I was pregnant, and all those teachers said, there's no way you're going to be able to do this on your own. I kind of put that directional cap back on, those blinders of like, you can do this. I had no Instagram following. I think I had maybe 100 people on my Instagram. I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to press a live button. I really didn't understand social media. I was a photographer before, but it was all word of mouth. I didn't have to really advertise for myself. I didn't know what that looked like. It was messy. It was messy, unrehearsed, just authentic action that I took. I remember taking before and after pictures every few days and sharing my progress and what it looked like. And I remember people just going, whoa, that's really working for her, and asking questions. I just remember staying so true to myself and thinking, if I'm going to be another girl that's going to show up in this space and sell something, I have to be me, because I only know how to be me, and I have to be real, and I have to be raw, and I have to be true. And I don't have to have everything polished and perfect. I just have to share what's going on with my hair, my life, and what's happening. Guys, within about 6 months, we were looking at rank and starting to look at Cadillacs 6 months into the business, and it floored me. It shocked me. It was like scary good how crazy that God was just like, here, remember I told you I made you for more than this, and I knew that your story would help somebody, and it did. That's the people that joined my team, was the people in a similar situation as I was, that saw the vision, saw the products working, saw how it was changing my confidence, saw my hair growing back, saw that we were kind of chipping our way out of debt. And I wanted that for every single person I know. And that's what drives me today, is wanting that time freedom and that financial freedom and that ability to dig yourself out of whatever you're in with something that doesn't take a full-time job. Because y'all know I couldn't have worked another job on top of what I was already doing, right? But this is one that I could fill in to the nooks and crannies. I was breastfeeding a baby. I remember pressing live at one point, guys, like a month in, and Berlin screaming her butt off in the background, 6-month-old baby. And I'm like, just a minute. Like, I was so passionate about what I had to say about the products working in my life that I didn't stop it. I went and got my baby and just plugged her in and kept going. And that spoke to so many moms out there going, okay, if she can do this, I can probably do this, and I want to do this. And that's how it went. That's really how it went. I've been in 4 years. I hit the car rank my 6th month, got it in month 8. Got my Cadillac. It's been paid for ever since. I actually hit my 4 years and had to pick out another one so I could keep going with that. Here just recently, I hit AED, Associate Executive Director, 2 from the top, 11 months in, and I've been on a lot of vacations, met a lot of incredible people. I can't imagine my life without this business and the relationships that it's formed. And 3 founders shares. I earned 3 founders shares here not long ago, and it's really changed our lives. It really truly has. And that's my every day I wake up and go, there's more people out there like you, Jody, that have to know that this is a way out. So that's me. That's my story.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it gives me chills. I know that Erin has a couple of questions for you. Have you
Sure.
guys ever met before? Have you ever met Erin Henley before?
I don't think so, Erin. I don't.
I think he's
Oh,
here.
well, it's really nice to meet you and hear your story, to be honest with you.
Ew. Thank you.
When you first started telling your story, and it really resonated how strong you were as a 17-year-old, able to get control of your life, even through the circumstances that just make it a bit more difficult at a difficult
Yeah.
time anyways. And it impresses me so much when I see somebody with the strength to make it through that and then even do more. And you've done some incredible things, and your story was really amazing. And I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you coming on and learning more about you. But I did want to ask you a question because,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people here, and why do you think it's a good time for them to jump in with Monat now?
Right now, I see incredible things happening, you guys. I mean, with every business, you're gonna have your ebb and flow, right? And I've just seen some amazing things, especially during a pandemic. Are you kidding me? We've watched, I thought with all of everything going on, I thought, okay, naturally in the world, businesses are kind of having to cut back. Naturally, that's going to happen in our businesses. And that is quite the opposite. We've seen things go up. We've seen people really, really taking notice in what does a pandemic business look like? And you're looking at it, you guys. So that's why I think it's so super exciting. I think there's no better time. I still feel like we are a super baby toddler company. And that there are so many things to be had here. And I think even the leaders that you're joining, the people that you're joining have been in it, and they're solid and they know what they're talking about when they are training you. And I think there's no better time.
Thanks. That was a perfect answer, by the way. And I think Patty mentioned this before. There's a drawing coming up with Berry Scrub and a Rejuvenate Light, two really amazing products. And if you haven't put your name in and you joined recently, or your market partner hadn't put your name in, and you're somebody just listening, not a market partner, put your name in the chat so that you can be entered into the draw. And let's see if there's anybody else.
Yeah,
And
there's another person, but I have one question that somebody sent to me
okay.
as a direct message. So while you guys are putting your names in, Jody, someone asked, what was your biggest struggle and how did you overcome it? And I think they're talking in terms of Monat.
In terms of Monat,
Yeah.
like during the business, my years in the business.
It's not specific, but I would imagine.
I've had, like I said, I've been in 4 years. I'm not afraid to say it's a roller coaster sometimes, there's good months, there's not so great months. There's months that you're like, what is even happening? And it takes off. And there's times where life hits for some people. I think the hardest month or hardest time I've ever had was having people just decide, like life instances happen where somebody got, terminally ill and had to leave my team. And that was a decent sized chunk of my team, or things like that. And I just, with time and with consistency, those things all build themselves back up. I mean, we have to remember that we are a team of people who value people, and people come first, right? And so I think as far as hard, just relationships. I think when you join something like this, you realize really who has your back and who really believes in the things that you stand for. And it's actually created some of the most tight-knit relationships I've ever had in my life. So I'm not afraid of that anymore. I'm just really honest. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. I think I just about have everybody. Tasha Hooper is the last one that I put in here, and I think I've got everybody else I have. So if there's anybody who hasn't put their name in, one new message. Okay. I think we're good. Thank you very much for sharing. Really appreciate it. I'm going to do the draw, and then we will close this out here. Okay. So I don't know if can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the colors. It's kind of spring-like.
Yeah.
All right, so I have everybody's name on here. We're going to draw for the Rejuvenate Light first, and then I'll take that person's name off and we'll draw for the Berry Scrub. So here we go. I need a drum roll. Can you read it? Melanie Dixon, congratulations. You won
Those are some good prizes. Heck yeah.
Okay, next one is Berry Scrub. Here we go. Give it a good spin. I need a DJ or something. Shannon Berry got the berry scrub. Congratulations. Okay, guys, so here's what I need you to do. Make sure that your market partner gets your address to me or to Erin, hopefully by tomorrow. Tonight's good, but by tomorrow, so we can pop that in the mail to you. And I just want to let you guys know that we do this every Sunday and Tuesday. So we're going to do another one Tuesday night. And if you have guests that you want to bring them on, we obviously don't talk about the company. We haven't talked about the company or the products. So definitely get back to the market partner who invited you and ask all those questions. I can tell you for a fact, the products work. If you go look up, well, ask your market partner to find some before and after pictures of Jody and of me, because I think honestly, we probably are the two people who've gone the most viral in this company.
You've got a heck of a transformation. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
crazy. It really is. So check out our before and afters and definitely get your questions answered. And if you have that feeling inside, like, I really want to do this, but I just don't know if I can, I don't have the skills. We were all there. We all started that place. We weren't polished when we started. And it's a really good sign if you have that feeling inside, like that excitement or kind of that fear, that you need to do this. Just jump in. There's no risk. There's a 30-day money back guarantee on your kit, but you'll love the product. So thank you so much, Jody, for being here. Thank you to all the guests and market partners who came. And thanks, Erin, for always supporting me doing this. I appreciate it so much. And you guys have an awesome week.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.